It's a white Christmas. Crumpled wrapping paper, empty boxes, and gifts were scattered around Christmas trees in homes of all over the neighborhood. Video games, dolls, and all sorts of gift toys for the children. Clothes, tools, and lots of items ragging along with the spectrum from practical to favorites of the adults. Just down the street, Mr. Clemens was waiting for his parents to take their grandkids to see a movie so he can unwrap his wife. It's one of the more naughty traditions of the holiday, but certainly nothing would get the two of them be put on any list. All along the cozy May Street, people are happy and content, except for one household. That's right, the house near the den end is the family that didn't wake up early to unwrap their presents. In fact, the Christmas lights on the house and tree haven't been lit up for quite a while. No cookies and milk were set out for Santa the night before, and the cat hasn't eaten in almost 3 days. No plumes of smoke can be seen coming from their chimney. If anyone tends to stop by today, they will have to park on the street. No one has shoveled their driveway just recently. The delicious scents of turkeys and hams wrapped from all the ovens on May Street. The Smiths and the Rogers have just set out of freshly baked Christmas cookies. "Don't touch those yet, Jimmy," says his father. "They're still too hot to eat." A bubbling red sauce is cooking on the stove in the Mancini household, while spicy meatballs sizzles in the oven. No wondrous scents were floating around through the cold kitchen towards the end of the street. Nothing but a strange smell that even the most experienced person could recognize it immediately. The decorations were all laid out, but no one is here to enjoy them. Eventually someone will come around and peek through the window. Some curious neighbor or worried family member would stop by sooner or later. The presents under the tree lie there untouched. The decorations have been set up carefully, but just sit there unadmired and collecting dust. Someone very soon is going to wipe out the frost away from the window and look into the living room. They will see everything in its proper place, especially the stockings. They will peer into the cold little house on May Street and see Mr. and Mrs. Stocking and their 2 children, Elizabeth and Jacob. They have been hung by the chimney with care. Wow, this was the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. A story written by Kolpik. He's the same author that I narrated 2 of his stories, having to be Halloween story that I narrated back in October, and one story that I read at the beginning of this year. It's a pretty good story. I mean, it was messed up that the children were hung by the chimney with care. I mean, it says the stockings, but yeah, the fact that this one family that doesn't really, enjoy the holiday or anything really much, I mean, it kind of gets suspicious and gets you to make you wonder what could possibly be in the house. I mean, and almost as if it's abandoned or something. This story does leave us some pretty good theories as to what could be going on. And I mean, I have no doubt that that would be the case, because when I actually read this story, it always makes me wonder what could honestly be going on in the house. But other than that, it honestly makes me wonder about it too. Like the whole concept of it, of its own self. It honestly just, it makes it pretty interesting concept for it all. So, yeah. It's definitely a pretty good story, and I honestly really thought it was a really awesome, well-made creepypasta. Now, the story of its own self was good, as well as the grammar. The grammar was pretty good, as well as the sentence structuring, the storyline. Everything was flat out freaking amazing, and it was really well done, too. I definitely gotta say, this story was definitely fun to read. I definitely had a great time reading this story. So, although it is a short one, yes, but I still find this to be a pretty well-made story and a really fun one, too. So, with that being the case and that being said, I'm going to sit here and say that this is just simply my own personal opinion, and I'm going to say right now, if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine, too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. Also, Kolpik, thank you so much for writing this story. This was actually fun to read. Now, I hope to maybe one day read more of your other pastas. If you happen to write any more, feel free to, send them to me if you like. I mean, I'm not sure if you'll come across this video or not. I mean, it's a possibility you might, like you did with my other stories, and you enjoyed my narrations of them. So anyways, with that being said and that being the case, it's a really good story. I recommend you guys check this one out. This is on the regular Creepypasta Wiki, in case you guys are all wondering. It's a very fun story. It's definitely well made, and I honestly still like this. It was awesome. So anyways, with that being the case and that being said, this is simply my own opinion. I know I'm repeating myself, but this is just only my own opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. So my final rating, I give this a 10 out of 10. It's a really enjoyable story. It's definitely well made, especially for the holidays. It's perfect, well made. I mean, I'm looking forward to reading more of these stories if I could come across more of them, which you never know. It's a possibility that I could end up finding out more of these, but I guess we'll have to see. So, anyways, what did you guys all think about this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.